So the player that I want to be traded to the Lakers the most just cooked the Boston Celtics, and you thought we weren't going to talk about it? Yo, let's get into it. Before we get started, if you guys can do me a huge favor and drop a like on the video and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future Lakers and other sports content. Y'all know I had to drop a video on this one, just on principle alone. All right, you know how big of a fan I am of Zach Lavine and how much I want him to be traded to the Lakers. But just to add the cherry on top, he put a whooping on the Celtics? The Boston Celtics? Come on now. This man, on a serious note, this man continues to show his value. He continues to prove the haters wrong because, as you can imagine, a lot of people have been doubting Zach Lavine. He had some injury history in the past, and since then, a lot of people have just written him off. They think he's overpaid, which is true. Okay, that has less to do with his ability and more so to do with him just literally just being overpaid. The amount of money that he's getting around, he got a max contract as a player who hasn't made an All-NBA team. All-Star, yes. 27 points per game in a season, yes. But an All-NBA player, no, unfortunately not. He hasn't earned that badge yet. So if you want to say he's overrated, I mean, technically, the only people that are overrating him were the Chicago Bulls because they're the one that offered him the max contract. And you can see why. I mean, you could definitely see the potential before he tore his ACL. And honestly, he's only had one other major significant injury, and that's when he had foot surgery. And I don't even know if you can classify that as a major injury. Yes, he missed a lot of games, but he was already playing through it. The reason why he got the foot surgery was because those rumors were becoming really heavy about him getting traded to Detroit. So at the end of the day, they were like, well, listen, why don't we just get the surgery done? We'll sit the season out and then retest the market value the following season. So, I mean, if you want to count that as a major injury, sure, I'll give it to you. But he's tore his ACL and then he had the foot surgery. Other than that, he really hasn't had any significant injuries. Me personally, I'm never going to hate on somebody that's getting paid for doing their job well. The fact that he got overpaid, that's on the Chicago Bulls. But anyway, as I digress, this man torched the Boston Celtics, bro. And I loved it. You can only imagine, because I've been advocating for the Lakers to trade for Zach Lavine, not just this season, but for a few years now. As you guys know, Zach Lavine has been tied to the Lakers for quite some time. And it's always been, oh, he's injury prone or the contract's too much. And I think the contract concern is a lot more valid than the injury concern, to be honest. But the way I view the contract is he overpaid? Yes. But for this situation, if you look at the Lakers and how they're broken down this season, is that contract worth a championship? Can you add Zach Lavine to this team? And can his abilities increase this ceiling to the level to where it's like, yo, the Lakers are back. We can compete for a championship. Would you need one or two more pieces? Yes, I do agree with that. But in terms of what's available in the market right now, if I had to trade for one player to give us the best chance at competing for a championship, that person is Zach Lavine. His skill set, his fit within JJ's system, his fit alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James, it's too perfect. It's too perfect. Anyway, I've made videos on this before, but let's focus on the Celtics, man. This cat put up 36 points in 33 minutes on 58, 55, and 89 shooting splits. What are we talking about right now? If this was a game for him to show out for the Lakers, what better way to do it? Seriously, what better way to do it than to have a high-scoring, incredibly efficient game and getting the win on their home court? He scored the game high. Jason Tatum had a good game. He had 31 and 10. But between both teams, Zach Lavine scored the most points. He had 36. And nobody else on the Chicago Bulls scored more than 17. This was a statement game, if there ever was one. What more do you want? Seriously, let me know in the comments right now. If you're watching to this point, first of all, you're a real one. And second of all, let me know what else you want to see from Zach Lavine to where it's like, yo, all right, I'm a believer. He's a game changer. For a team like the Lakers, he's a game changer. He can relieve Anthony Davis and LeBron of having to put up all the points and having to facilitate. And obviously AD, he's the best defender on the team, so he doesn't have to go out and drop 30 and get 15 rebounds and defend, a couple of their best players. Oh, and by the way, he also has 6 rebounds and 4 assists. So, look, man, you guys can be stubborn about this if you want to. You really can. But the proof is in the pudding. As Laker fans, there's no greater satisfaction than seeing the Celtics lose. Unless we're the ones doing it. Now, imagine if this dude was a Laker. Seriously. Imagine how much of a higher ceiling we would have. I keep telling the same story. I do. And I get that. Some of you might be tired of it. But I'm not. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Seriously. What more do you want to see from Zach Lavine? Look at this. You see these highlights. This man made it look easy. The Boston Celtics have damn near a starting 5 of very capable, potentially all defensive teammates. Drew Holiday at the point, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. These guys are all highly capable defensive players. They're athletic. They're long, pause. And Zach Lavine just made it look easy, bro. He made it look easy. Put him in a championship contending situation. That's all I'm saying. Put him alongside Anthony Davis. Put him alongside LeBron James. It would be a game changer. I'm telling you guys. I don't know how many different ways I could say it or how many times Zach Lavine needs to show you, how many different ways he has to show you. Zach Lavine is back. He's back. And it's about time you guys gave him his credit. Give him his flowers. He's ready. Get him on the purple and gold. That being said, how satisfying was it to watch the Celtics lose? It had to be, right? I know I'm not the only one. I didn't watch the whole game, to be honest. Unfortunately, I like to watch Zach Lavine play. And the way the Chicago Bulls and the Lakers schedules line up, a lot of their games are on the same nights, and it sucks. And they're around the same time. But I did watch most of the Lakers games. I kind of tuned back and forth, but I missed most of Zach Lavine play. But I went back and watched the highlights and the recap, and man, they couldn't do nothing with him. Derek White was his primary defender. He couldn't do nothing with him. Off screens, one-on-one, it didn't matter. Step back threes, crossover into the... Come on, bro. Anyway, this isn't, I don't want to make this more than what it is, but I had to make a video. Zach Lavine, I want him on the Lakers. He just cooked the Celtics, dropped 36 on them in 33 minutes on insane efficiency. I had to make a video on it. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I genuinely appreciate your support. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you on the next video. Air.